Hello, everybody. My name's Jim. This is More Sunshine, Please. It's my Tuesday night live stream at 7:30 Eastern. How are you? Thank you so much for being here today. There's actually a little bit of Disney news to report. Nothing major, but I haven't done that in a while. I have another top 15 list, and I finally want to get to something I had planned a while back. Monorail versus ferryboat on the way to the Magic Kingdom. Which is better? Anyway, but first, let's do a chat check. Oh, I don't have it ready. Let me do this here. Got this going on. All right. Back to the top. Mike Wheeler, today's returning champion. Thank you so much for being here. We've got Rob Fuzz in the house. Wanda Shakita Benita Byram is also here. Thank you so much for tuning in. Sister Sunshine, my mom. It looks like they're using the chat to talk about dinner. That's cool. Pepper Tree Villa Seasons greetings to you. Thank you so much for stopping by. D&G Explorers also here. Thanks, guys. Russ Stapleton, always a pleasure to see you. Disney Nerd Herders, I will be on their show tomorrow. More about that later. Samantha Lowe, welcome. Thanks for being here. And everybody, Eric Newman, the Viapre Project, welcome. Candy Mom 15, Lady Jamers, Jeffrey Resendez, Mouse Talk. How you doing, Walt and Melissa? They're up after me. They have the show at 8 o'clock. I am just their lead-in. I am the opening act for their headlining act. I didn't think that through. Mara Memphis, welcome. Big Noah Mountain. Noah's here. Tina is also here. Everybody, I appreciate you stopping by. Alex Brunner is here. Welcome, and thank you so much for being here. Amy from AJC Magic TV. Thanks for stopping by. If I missed you, I do apologize. All right. Let's get to the Disney news first. Bob and Ashley, how are you guys doing? Dougie is also here. Welcome, everybody. Here's the first bit of Disney news. Let's see. I don't have a graphic for it. Never mind. Apparently, Splash, the movie Splash, is on Disney Plus. I did not know that. Welcome, Captain Akron. If you remember the original movie Splash, and I did not, I had seen it, but I did not remember details like the one I'm about to share. It's Joey's World. Welcome to the show. Apparently, there was a brief shot of Daryl Hannah's rear end in it. And Disney now owns Splash. They wanted to put that movie on Disney Plus. They don't want nudity of any kind. I understand that. So what did they do? They put in CGI hair to cover up her rear end. If you haven't seen it, it's not great. I think what they tried to do on the quick and cheap was make it look like her hair was longer and covered up that area. However, what it ended up looking like was she has a giant fur patch going from her mid back down to her thighs. It's horrible. It's really quick, though. And I did see it. It was when I found out about this story, a number of websites had posted it. It's a really quick shot in the movie, but it is horrible. Dougie, did you see it? It looks just awful. He says, "Oh," and then it just skipped on me. Can't read the rest of it. Yeah, like she had fur on her butt, not long hair. Pam Spam, welcome to the show. You missed nothing. I'm just getting started, but I was going to show it, but I decided not to. Feel free at your leisure to look it up. But because you can still see her outline. I want to keep it family friendly, although it's on Disney Plus. So I don't know. Jonathan Chong, welcome to the show. And Blue Nose, welcome. Anyway, so that's out there, but it's not the first. I don't believe this is the first movie that Disney has altered to make it Disney Plus friendly. JNN Travels, good to see you. Was there a scene of her topless? I don't know about that. I don't remember that. I haven't seen the movie in about 50 years, give or take. I don't remember that. Was she not covered by her hair then? It wasn't in the story, and I didn't rewatch the movie. Disney Nerd Herders, Ewok butt hair. Did you see it? Because bullseye. Yeah, it's laughably bad, but amusing. I mean, laughably. I guess I just covered that, but no pun intended. What are you gonna do? Let's move on. Another bit of Disney news is that for years Disney has had a club of sorts called Disney Movie Rewards, and they've recently changed that. They now call it Disney Movie Insiders. And what it is, perhaps if you've ever purchased a DVD, a Disney DVD or Blu-ray, or frankly a digital movie, you can earn points toward Disney stuff. And until recently, they had a website called Disney Movie Rewards, and you can go there and redeem the points that you accumulate for stuff. It's like a giant Chuck E. Cheese prize counter. Well, now it's kind of the same thing. They call it Disney Movie Insiders, and you used to be able to redeem points for Disney gift cards. I don't know if you still can, but you can get, for example, if you earn enough money, a dollar value coupon for the Shop Disney website. So I guess it's like a Disney gift certificate, but you have to spend it on the Shop Disney website. Anyway, why am I mentioning this? The points that you would earn through the movies that you would buy, or even movie tickets, you could go to the theater and redeem the movie tickets, provided you saw a Disney movie. The points would expire, and during what's going on in the world now, Disney has postponed any expiration of Disney Movie Insider points. I have been collecting points for a while now, and I've earned a bunch of stuff. I've certainly redeemed it for a number of Disney gift cards and e-gift cards, some movie posters to hang in my classroom, stuff like that. So if you have Disney DVDs and there's an insert inside with a crazy random numbers and letters code, that's it. I encourage you to start an account at Disney Movie Insiders and earn those points for the stuff you already earn. Griswold Family Vacay, welcome. I'm just seeing you. Mr. Fulton Mraz, welcome to you. Fisher Fun Ventures, thanks for being here. If you don't want your points, I'll take them. Just send them to me. But I encourage you to set that up, get an account, because this is an easy way. If you collect DVDs or Blu-rays, you may have points, a bunch of points, enough to get stuff right now. That's my advice to you. All right. Sawyer in the Middle, welcome to the show. Let's get to what I wanted to get to maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago. And that is, since we're in our homes and we cannot go to the Disney parks to vlog or get footage for whatever, many of us are forced to revisit some of our old videos and repurpose them. which is what I'm about to do. Carlos, the Disney World freak, welcome to the show. And I saw somebody else. Dances with Goofy Adventures is also here. Thank you. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I made a video. One of my first dozen videos was one where I compare the monorail going from the Transportation and Ticket Center, and I put it, not a race necessarily, but I synced up the two rides to see which one would get to the Magic Kingdom first. Now, I always thought that was a no-brainer. It's seemingly the monorail, right? Because it goes faster. The ferry boat is leisurely, but certainly much slower than the monorail travels. Well, quite often when we go there, the monorail's down, and which is our preferred method of getting to the Magic Kingdom from the TTC. I forgot what I was talking about. Melissa is also here. Welcome, Melissa. Anyway, so quite often, and I don't mind taking the ferry boat. I like it. I like it a lot, actually. Sometimes they're both open, but the monorail has a much larger line, but it's what we prefer to travel on. So there was one day where we went there, and a cast member, and we were kind of standing there in the TTC trying to figure out which mode of transportation we want to take to the Magic Kingdom. And the cast member there said, actually, the ferry boat is and the monorail is the same. They get to the Magic Kingdom the same amount of time. And right off the bat, that didn't seem likely. So that was the seed that this video sprouted from. Look how poetic I just got there. James Ryan, welcome to the show. Anyway, so let me call it up here. There it is. This is it. It's from December of 2017. How about that? So what I did was I recorded a trip on the monorail, uncut in its entirety, and a trip on the ferry boat. I synced them up. So I started them when they both start to move. I thought certainly when you include loading times, the ferry boat is way longer, so much slower. But I wanted to cut that out. So this is just strictly travel time from starting to move to when they both stop. And I thought, well, maybe that's what this cast member's talking about. So here it is. Let me start to play it. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it or not. Let me know if you can hear that.
When each vehicle first starts to move, and we'll stop the timer when each vehicle comes to a complete stop. We're not going to
go back to StreamYard
time or loading time in our measurement. All right, here we go.
Can you hear that? They can hear. Excellent. Thank you. And what I've done, you can notice the two panels of the videos. I have a bit of a glow around one, and that's where I let you know which audio you're listening to. So right now, you're listening to the ferry boat audio.
We would also like to remind you that smoking is not permitted at Walt Disney World theme parks and
Diz Our Dream, welcome to the show.
Please consult your guide map or ask a cast member for the location of designated smoking areas.
Now, quite often, the monorail will stop. So I wanted to keep this fair. So this was a non-stop or relatively non-stop trip on the monorail. And the ferry, I think, seldom stops mid-transit. Let me go full screen. What am I doing? Come on. There it is. Now, how long would you guess that these trips are? I never, before I made this video, I never really paid attention. What happened there? 40 people in here? Thanks, everybody. Good to see you. What is going on? Okay, here we go. To this day, I love going through the contemporary on the monorail. That's my favorite part. Hey, Patrick, how you doing? So we are racing the monorail and the ferry boat. I should do this every time. Just play an old video of mine. I think I love this. I do love the breeze that you get on the ferry boat. Well, that depends. It's Joey's World. Welcome, Jason and Bridget. Hello, Tracy. At times. Most times. Yeah, that's a good point. All right, so there's the monorail pulling in first. I don't remember. Let's see. So I stop the timer when the monorail comes to a stop. Well, I didn't stop the timer. The ferry is still going, of course. Okay, so just about 4.5 minutes, and that was a pretty nonstop trip. And we're still pulling in. Although I don't mind this. And for those of you still with me, the ferry's almost there. So it's not that much longer, although it is a bit longer, but just by a minute or so, right? But then loading and unloading is much longer, especially if you're on the top deck of the ferry boat. But I like this part of the ferry boat. I like pulling in there. The anticipation of you're almost there. You're almost to the Magic Kingdom. It's also impressive how delicately the captain is parking that thing. Is that what you call it? Parking a boat? Whatever.
So for our first field test, the monorail was 1:15 faster than the.
Okay, so now
let's
this
see
is the trip back,
which is a bit longer
because
for
the monorail goes on the other side of Seven Seas Lagoon. So, and that's a bit
All right, here we
longer.
go.
So I also did the return trip. So we're going to keep going. So if you hated this, I'm sorry. We're only halfway done. But here we go.
Disney World Express monorail to the Transportation and Ticket Center. For those of you standing, please hold on to the handrails throughout our journey and stay clear of the doors. For the comfort of others, no smoking, please. Thank you.
Donna Jaworski, welcome. Tracy Hosier, welcome to the show. Thanks for being here. Kay Atwood, did I say hello to you? If not, hello. That's interesting. I didn't know that. Do they both run in storms? Good question. The ferry boat always runs, doesn't it? And the monorail does not. So quite often the ferry boat is your only option. And sometimes when it's storming really bad, they wait to launch the ferry boat, but that will go off much more often. For example, Charlie, when I met you at the Magic Kingdom on that very, very rainy day, I think the ferry boat I was on was the last one to launch during the storm. I might be wrong about that because I was seeking shelter, but so the return trip for the monorail is a bit longer than the trip into the Magic Kingdom. But is it long enough to make much of a difference whether or not the monorail is still the quicker way to go?
Ladies and gentlemen, we are approaching the Transportation and Ticket Center monorail station. Those of you heading to Epcot will need to exit here and board an Epcot monorail. This is also the home of the Magic Kingdom parking lot and the bus parking lot for off-site Disney properties, non-Disney properties.
Well, the monorail's there first again. Seemingly with the same lead as the first trip. But again, this is my favorite part of the ferry ride. So just a little bit longer of a monorail ride on the return trip, but not much. And I don't know if the pilot, is that what they call him? Engineer? I don't know. I don't know if they run at a different speed, going one way or the other. I don't really know. Do you remember when you used to be able to sit up front with the captain of the monorail? We had done that before, and that was really cool. And then shortly after 9/11, they stopped doing that, of course. But that was really cool. That was a neat option. And they still have the benches where people used to be able to sit because they're the same monorails. They've been there a long time. Conductor, thank you.
So as you can see, the monorail.
All right, so the monorail
quicker, about a minute and a half.
minus loading and unloading is much faster.
The loading and unloading.
Look how young I look.
However, the
I'm
ferry
kidding.
can
I don't know.
accommodate more
But here's
guests than
something
one ship
interesting.
Can the monorail?
So
for one passenger,
let me.
the train is quicker. But for the masses,
I'm making a point here.
The ferry's the way to go.
So if you are transporting 600 people, the ferry boat actually gets 600 guests across Seven Seas Lagoon faster than the monorail does. In order to get 600 guests, the monorail would have to take 2 trips. And then the ferry boat is absolutely the quicker way to go. But if you have between 1 and 360 guests, the monorail is the way to go. So if it's just one person, monorail is the way to go. If it's 600 people, the ferry boat. Anyway, thanks for staying with me through that. I hope you found that interesting. I enjoyed revisiting it. I hadn't watched that in a while. So, yeah, so there you have it. What now? Oh, okay. So for the past 4 weeks, I've been doing a top 15 list. I'm going to do another one really quick right now. This is very fast. Let's see. This is Jim's top 15 numbers. I misspelled it. Numbers between 1 and 15. Here we go. Number 15, 13. Number 14, 1. Number 13, 2. Number 12, 6. Number 11, 12. Top 10 now. 10 is 9. Number 9 is 7. Number 8 is 14. Number 7, 15. Number 6 is 11. Number 5, the number 4. At number 4 on the list is 8. Number 3 is 10. Number 2 is 5. And the number 1 number between 1 and 15 is 3. It's the magic number. All right. Thanks for bearing with me. You wouldn't believe the amount of time it took me to make that list. And it took me about 45 seconds to get through it. That's fine. Okay. Now for my weekly promos. Let's go. Coming up next at 8 o'clock in 2 minutes. How about that? We've got Melissa and Walt over at Mouse Talk with Disanity. I'm not exactly sure what they're doing today, but it's always fun and interesting, whether it's a guest or trivia or whatever. It's worth your visit over to their channel to check it out. So at 8 o'clock, tell them it's a Sunshine Nation invasion. And yeah, I guess that's it. So at 8 o'clock, do that. Tomorrow, I will be a guest of the Disney Nerd Herders on their Wednesday night live stream. That's at 7 p.m. Eastern time. And I don't think I'll be alone as their guest. I think they'll have other guests as well. And talking Disney and Rain, I believe. Hope I didn't spoil anything. After that, at 8 p.m. Eastern, D&G Explorers with their Wednesday night live stream. They alternate between talking about cruise lines and cruise ships and cruising to Disney. So I think tomorrow will be their cruise show, but that's always fun. And quite often the topic is combined because they have sailed Disney Cruise Line a number of times. So that's always awesome, and they're great. We've got Bob and Ashley on Sundays at 7. They're awesome. We've got, let me thank Dean over at The Live Place, theliveplace.com. It's a TV guide of family-friendly live streams on YouTube. So check that out. So I want to thank Dean, as always, for hosting me and all of us that do these live streams. And they're awesome. And just because I think his picture is still up here, although it's an old promo for Special thanks to Rob Fuzz for just being Rob Fuzz. All right, everybody, head on over to Mouse Talk. Thank you so much for being here. I'm hoping to do a couple other afternoon live streams this week. So stay tuned for that, which is odd because I do my regular shows Tuesdays at 7:30, and I usually do it for a half hour. And these afternoon live streams I go for about an hour and a half. So my regular show is my shortest show. Go figure. But I'll just, if I can do it, I'll pop on and hopefully do something fun. Thank you, everybody. I will see you, if not then, a week from 23 and a half hours from now, right back here. Thanks, everybody. Ending broadcast. End the broadcast? Yes, end broadcast.